So, hello everybody, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you right now about some miscalculations that you're probably doing in your preps. And this one is going to be also about a little bit about retirement and stuff like that. This is a reproduction list, which means that basically every time that I do this, I set up a number and then, I continue on this topic until I feel that I don't have anything to say about that topic for a while or whatever. So if you want to take a look at the first one, then you can do that, in order kind of thing. If I repeat something, I'm sorry. I do this not by script, I do it by heart. And anyway, before I continue, I wanted to remind you that down below is my email in case that you want to help me out by sending an Amazon gift card. So thank you very much. I really appreciate that one. So here I go. Here is the deal about this miscalculation that you're probably doing. So here it goes. As you can, if you have someone that it's on a nursing home or a clinic, like for mental problems or whatever, and even a retirement home or something like that, or maybe even a community that it's for retirement. Most people are not going to consider taking those people in a problem to a hospital because of quarantine or problems because of the fact that they will have to be liable for the bill or whatever, and this is going to become a problem because if you have a place like that says like my aunt place, they have 60 people there. They have to care for 60 people, but they don't have transportation or anything to take people to a hospital. So if something happens in that place, they are asking everyone to buy certain medicines, certain things to give them so that they can have like a nurse kind of a room, and so that they can take care of any emergency by themselves. So they will have a nurse, and they will have like a doctor, and then that way they can deal with emergencies, small ones, by themselves. So at that point, they are going to tell you that you have to give them suture kits, gel coats, butterfly things, some hoses that are medical hoses, nebulization kits and stuff like that, medicines for the person that you have. They will ask for monthly food, like in pounds, as in you have to give them 20 pounds of food every month, or 25 pounds of food every month. So you can give them flour or pasta or whatever, but it has to be 25 pounds, whatever. And then they will ask for toilet paper, sheets, bed sheets. They will ask for art supplies so that they can use for the elderly. They will ask for books so that you can get them up so that they can read. They will ask for cooking supplies, like like your own dish, your own forks and things like that. You have to help them out, like your little lunchbox and stuff. I mean, those things are important, and they have to be labeled with their names. On top of that, you have to give them detergent, and then you have to help them with the laundry bill because they have to pay electricity and other things. And obviously, even if you have them kind of like subsidized by the government, whatever money they get is never going to be enough to take care of everybody. And the daughters and the sons or whoever is, liable or responsible for the people that is there are going to end up, trying to help up with the bill. You also will have to give them shoes, PJs, toothpaste, whatever, and it has to be like a 3 months. Every 3 months you have to give them up things like a toothbrush and hairbrush or whatever it is that they are asking for. All of those things. Most people do not consider that they have to buy them for your family members, but now you will have to buy them. And at this point is also, a good tip that you want to have several small containers that are empty. So every time that you use a shampoo container, for example, in your house that has like 400 milliliters or something, you save that container because you now have to give them, the family members, that into every month. So if you have to buy them, it's going to be more expensive than you buying a gallon and then fill them up, fill them up every month. So basically, you buy the gallon, and then you use containers that you use in your house, or you ask somebody to give you the containers, and then you give them up like that, because otherwise it's not the same you buying 1 gallon, once every 6 months or something, rather than you buying, 6 containers individually. And so this is a good tip for storing as well. So this is important for you to understand, because for your retirement and for your plans and for everything, not everybody will take into consideration the retirement of their family, like uncles, aunts, and stuff like that. Hell, for all I know, it might be your eldest brother. And speaking about all the things that they are going to ask from you, like every 6 months or every year or once a month or whatever, for your own house, you might want to consider expanding your first aid kit for the same reason. And you might want to consider, adding extra sheets and blankets and stuff like that, because people do not consider that if you cannot do laundry that often and things like that, then you might need more bed sheets and pillowcases and stuff like that. And also, in this matter, you also want to consider something else that most people, keep skipping. And it is the fact that your elderly family, member, like your mother or your father, your elder brother, whatever, they may have pets. And if they have pets, those pets also require, a first aid kit for the whole community or the whole hospital, clinic, whatever. They will also require, food, and they will also require, things like vaccines and medical checkups or whatever. And by the way, at this point, this is very important for you to understand. If there is going to be a hard time, most people skip on their dentist's appointments, because taking care of your teeth is going to become a very, very, very luxurious kind of a deal. And if you can't take care of your your teeth, then your family member will not be able to eat. And this is important because no insurance company is going to cover dental problems, okay? Almost none. I mean, there will be some companies that will do it, but it's going to be subsidized, which means that you still need to pay for their medical bills, and you still need to pay for their dentist bill. And if you have, problems with your dentist, because, it is too expensive or whatever, then change to another dentist that might do the same work for, cheaper. But you need to take care of all of your needs that have to do with your teeth. Do it now, because right now it might be hard, but if it is hard times, if before it costed you $500, now it's going to be $5,000. And, without teeth, you can't eat. And without teeth, you get medical problems like heart problems. And not only that, but it also affects your self-esteem, because you are not going to be able to look like that nice. And on top of that, it's not just the healthy issue. It's the fact that if you have a broken tooth or something, you should know that that thing is painful as hell, and people that have been shot will rather go shot again than having to deal with problems with tooth. Because a problem with your tooth will affect your talking, your headaches. It will give you dizziness. It will give you pain in your ear, it will give you pain in your neck, it will give you pain in your back, it will be a huge problem. And, you also need to consider the fact that during hard times, if you have problems with your teeth, like I said, it's going to affect your mood, your ability to eat, and it will give you a lot of pain and problems and stuff. And sorry for the interruption. It's just that my daughter keeps playing with the dog, the puppy that we just got. We just got a puppy recently, and she keeps playing with the puppy, and it's funny. And she's interrupting me again doing these videos. Anyway. Like I said, you really, really, really need to take into consideration that if you are going to retire as well, you might need all of these things up front. And by the way, certain places, if your family member requires diapers, okay, like for example, the baby school, when you have your baby and you're leaving it in the daycare and stuff, and they require diapers, or the elderly that require diapers. If you do not provide the freaking diapers, and they cannot be ecological diapers reusable. They have to be disposable. Disposable diapers, oh hell. The organizations will send everyone home. Because you can't force nurses and personnel to deal with cleaning someone with, non-disposable diapers. Because you can't, you can ask them to do it. So either you provide them with these things, or they are sending the people home. And if they are sending those people home, that means that you will have to take care of them in your house. If you have to do that in your house, then you can expect a hell of a lot of problems with your family, because not everybody is on the same level of patience and on the same level of mentally prepared for dealing with the disabled or the elderly, or kids, for all that matters, because a lot of people have problems in relationships, and if you add more people to those relationships, they will be under a lot of pressure, and this is going to be a family problem. So you better be ready to pay whatever is asked for the diapers. And if you don't have them, then you better start collecting them. Or at least, ask the people nearby, because there will be some organizations like NGOs and charities that will help elderlies to get diapers. And there will be some organizations that will help sick kids to get diapers. So if you can't afford diapers, then you need to find out, and maybe help by volunteering and these organizations and stuff, so that you can get the diapers. Because quite frankly, diapers are very, very, very expensive. And if you require, let's say, 6 diapers per day, and the package, brings 20, that is a package every 3.5 days. So that means at least 10 packages per month, if you are doing that average. So, this is hard. Also because the diapers are not being manufactured as fast as the industry needs it. If there is a problem with electricity, and if there are problems with the raw materials that are required for making the diapers, and if there are problems with the regulations, because now the regulations will change, and taxes and stuff, and it's just insane. And if the government decides to regulate the price, meaning that, they will say the price is this and you can't change the price or whatever, those diapers are going to be very, very, very difficult to get, and they will be scarce. And it will now you will have to literally fight with people with fists and everything to try to get the freaking diapers. Because if you don't get the freaking diapers and you are a guy and you come home empty-handed, that, the mother of your child is probably going to kill you, because she's going to be like, so what the hell am I going to do? The kid is supposed to go tomorrow to school, and the teacher said she's not taking the kid unless we bring the diapers. So, it's going to be like that. And with the elderly, it's going to get even worse. So, I just wanted to let you know all these things so that you can make preparations for this, and especially during economic collapse. Because you can't ask other people to have, you can't tell them, hey, I'm paying you so you can do this, because whatever money you're paying is not enough for that person to buy water, food, and all the things that they're getting, because basically people that are working for a salary are going to become kind of like a slave. And if they are kind of like a slave, and then you're putting more pressure onto them, that means that you will get people that are not qualified to do the job that you're asking for. And then it also means a hell of a lot of things that I have been telling you in all of the other videos. So when you are doing this, you need to consider what will you do if you were in a situation like that. So the same thing that I told you that, is going to become very difficult, like the principal of the school or the captain of the police force or whatever, then the person that is in the manager of this hospital is going to be in trouble, because they have a limited budget and they need to maintain personnel that is qualified to get, the attention that your family deserves. And they need to balance the budget. And for them to do that, they are going to be asking for you all of these things to be provided, especially the diapers. So it is very important that you understand that these medical things are also needed. Because if they have an emergency, then how the hell are they going to handle that? If there is no, you can say, hey, you can call an ambulance and then get them to a hospital, whatever. Yeah, but if the hospital is collapsed, they are not going to take the person there. And if there are no ambulance because there is an emergency nearby or whatever, the ambulance is probably not going to have, priority with people that are elderly over children, If there is a problem in a school and a problem in an elderly place, I can assure you that everybody is going to go first to the school because they are young and they probably need more things, So what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to try to be prepared as much as possible for them. Because if your parents are already kind of like in the retirement phase, they are not thinking that they're going to need all these things. But once it gets there, if they don't have the money or the support or whatever, they are going to come to you. And if they are going to come to you, then you better have a family meeting, because you need to put together all of these things. And if the place that your mother or your father or your eldest brother is too far away from you, for example, you live in California, and your mother is in a retirement home in Florida, then you need to figure out how the hell to get all of these things to Florida. Because if you pay them money, you might not be able to see what she is getting, and also you can be in a scam situation. And having these things, transported, as in you sending it to the postal office or FedEx or whatever, it's going to become an expenses as well, So you need to take into consideration all of these things, okay? So anyway, hope that this was helpful.